It's been a month since we last saw a Battlefield teaser. Everyone was super excited when they saw the information of the new Battlefield because we're all kind of understanding what we're going to get. And as we're all waiting for Battlefield Labs, the excitement is there, but we just have to wait, unfortunately. But as we are waiting so far, we want to find out more information about the new Battlefield. There has been leaks left and right about the new game, but it's still a very early stage to even talk about this. Especially as none of us have seen physical gameplay except the 10-second clip, it's really hard to dive into. So I thought instead of just talking about leaks and news related like that, let's go and talk about what we really should be expecting for the new Battlefield. What's up, troopers? My name is Neon and welcome to a brand new video. Yeah, what should we expect from Battlefield? Like myself, I am a Battlefield veteran, but I feel like I should say that because I've been playing Battlefield for a really long time, long as I remember. If you are a Battlefield veteran, then let me know in the comment section below what your favorite Battlefield was. Mine was Bad Company 2, but it was Bad Company Vietnam. Yes, Bad Company 2 Vietnam was absolutely amazing. I love that with a passion. I was like this 12-year-old kid. That was like the first time I ever did an all-nighter when the Bad Company 2 Vietnam expansion came out. I stayed up with my friends and we stayed up the entire night and I felt like a badass because I stayed up all night. So before we get into the information, troopers, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate it. And of course, leave a like. What should we go for? Let's go for 100 likes, yeah? Let's do it. And in this video, if you feel like there's any input you should be given, then just let me know in the comment section below. So what should we expect for the new Battlefield? Well, my first thing is the improved details and textures, and these are going to be much improved because we're all seeing it from 2042. It looks extremely clean, it didn't look pretty at all, it looked dull more than anything, it just didn't feel like a Battlefield. So if they are going to do anything, it's going to look like Battlefield 1 or even Battlefield 5, as they gave them nitty and gritty type of feels, because that's what you need. You need to actually feel like you're in a war zone, and 2042 just didn't really improve that. So that's what I would definitely say, is that the atmosphere of the Battlefield will really feel it in textures, and I think that's pretty much a given, right? But to have really good textures, for most people, you need a good graphics card if you're playing on the PC. And that's the thing, how is the performance going to be for the new Battlefield? If you guys have been PC players when it comes to recent Battlefields, you always know that a CPU is the massive issue on there, as it has a ridiculous CPU increase. Most Battlefields have been extremely overstressed or overwhelmed, but usually after a couple of years, they most likely improve on their system. But that is times when graphics cards are getting more fancy or getting upgrade CPUs. But because Battlefield has such big pressure on them, I feel like the optimization and the performance has to be good from day one. Considering that we're going to be getting Battlefield Labs anyway, probably their testing range to see how the performance is going to be. So this is my opinion, but I feel like Battlefield Labs is going to be a permanent feature. I really do. I think once it actually comes into the public and everyone starts playing it, I really do feel like it's going to be a permanent thing. It reminds me so much like Battlefield 1 CTE, because that was all the time. Although it didn't have any servers, it would just only be playable at time to times if they was going to release future content. Most of the time a texture of a new map wasn't even there, but they just wanted to understand the flow of the map to get some minor changes before it fully launches. And I thought that was a really great feature. And really thinking about it, I don't think Battlefield Labs is going to be just from the start until the next Battlefield. No, I think it's going to be permanent, a free-to-play version of Battlefield. But of course you can't play it all the time, but there might be times where they do launch something new, like a new update. If you guys ever remember when it came to Battlefield 5, they changed the TTK so many times I lost count. And because of that, I was like, dude, why don't you have a CTE? Really important. Gives us another version to test, a new TTK or whatever update you have, so you don't actually ruin the core game or the launch version of Battlefield. So once the launch of Battlefield does come out, I think CTE is just going to be like new DLC testing or future changes for updates for the game. And if that's the case, that would be really great because it will actually make the community feel fully impacted of quality of life updates. And it'll really make us feel like proper game testers, especially if they listen to our feedback. Seeing that 10-second clip, you guys can kind of tell, and I think it's going to be like that. Battlefield needs to step it out and go absolutely wild on this, and I think the destruction is going to dominate. I think parts of buildings are going to be destroyed, maybe not all of them fully destroyed, or even if they do get fully destroyed, the rubble adds into cover, and I think that would be a great way. So instead of just being complete rubble or fully destroyed house, it can be changed around and actually add cover, or the way you would like to create it yourself. Or even half a building could be completely destroyed, but the other half isn't. There's so many ways of destruction they can really do. They could probably even add like wooden doors and actually shoot through them, or even create holes. I definitely think the improvement of destruction is going to blow us out of this world. I really do. I think it's going to be really good because they have to prove to us what destruction really is and give us a pure example for that. They have a lot of making up to do, especially from 2042. And talking about destruction and cover, what about the fortification? I really didn't mind the fortification. I thought it was pretty good that you can actually build your own customized cover. But the issue was it wasn't like a full customize. You didn't have that full freedom, as you couldn't go around to certain locations and start building wherever you like. But I do feel like fortification is a really important thing to add back into Battlefield, as the environment of the gameplay isn't what's controlling the destruction or even cover, as you are the one who's doing that as well. When it comes to modes like attacking and defending, breakthrough, you can add your own cover. But how much would this be? Would it be a specific class where it can create cover? And would there be freedom of it? I don't know. I personally don't think there's going to be freedom, but I do feel like fortifications will happen. There's two things I do believe what is going to happen in the next Battlefield, and I really feel like this is going to make people really mad. And just please remember, don't be mad at me, alright? It's just what I personally feel like is going to happen. You just got to play like these recent Battlefields, and you got to see other games as well and just really understand, do you think EA is going to do it? And I feel like they are. First one was server browsers. I don't think there's going to be a server browser, although I think there's going to be a server browser when it comes to Portal for the customized side, but I don't think there's going to be a server browser for the main mode. I just don't think there is. It just seems like Battlefield is slowly slithering away from server browsers, and with 2042 they didn't even attempt it, so how do we know they're even going to add it for this one? I just personally don't think there is. No other games out there except Battlefield were the really ones who's doing server browsers. I just don't think they're going to add any more. I really hope I'm proven wrong, honestly, because I would love to see server browsers. I just really don't think it's going to be added. And why I don't think it's going to be added is because of skill-based matchmaking. Dude, every game is doing it. At the end of the day, EA is absolutely jealous when it comes to Call of Duty and their success. You can say Call of Duty doesn't have success with their current state, but the reality is when you compare Call of Duty and Battlefield, yeah, Call of Duty is having a success. And Battlefield is really jealous from that. They want their profit, they want their growth, they want it all. And unfortunately, a selling point is the skill-based matchmaking. People don't like it. I don't like it myself. I think it ruins it. Even just like Delta Force. I think it's terrible when it comes to skill-based matchmaking. But at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie. And that's how profit's being done. It makes these lower skilled players play more and spend more. I don't agree with it, but I really do feel like skill-based matchmaking is going to happen in the new Battlefield. It just, I don't want it to happen. But it just makes sense because it's EA. They want that money. And to finish the video off, the Omni movement. Call of Duty has it, but Battlefield 5 originally had it. It just wasn't fully customized. As you could be laying down as you have that view of Omni movement, where if you're crawling on your back, you can see yourself crawling on your back, or even if you're looking at a teammate, you can see that movement, what they're doing. I thought that was a really good realistic feel for Battlefield 5, and I really hope they're going to add it into the new Battlefield. But I do think they're going to improve the Omni movement by increasing diving, and I think they're going to also add leaning into the game. As we've been playing Delta Force for the last couple of months, we can see that leaning works pretty well, so it totally makes sense for Battlefield to do it. Yeah, troopers, that's all the stuff what I think they're going to be adding to the new Battlefield, and honestly, I think these are pretty good points. If there's any of you guys who would like to prove me wrong, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to talk about it. And if there is any other input you'd like to add from this video, just let me know. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, listening to me talk. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you on the Battlefield.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the movement. Cover me.
No, just... Watch your right.
Yep, still going.